Step 2 is when the club shaft is parallel to the ground and the butt of the grip is pointed approximately at the target. This is an important checkpoint. Although there is room for personal preference, it's interesting to note that at this split second, the club head is as far from the target as it will ever get. The club face is square to the arc of the swing, with the toe of the head basically pointing upward. At this step 2 position, when you're 1/4 of the way through the swing, nothing should be badly trailing or leading. The club, arms, and shoulders have stayed connected as a single unit. This is your backswing package. At step 2, everything is worked together. There are 4 important checkpoints that need to be addressed at this point in the swing that relate to what we have been discussing. You need to make sure that you have shifted most of your weight onto your right foot. Retain the same degree of flex in your right knee as you started with at address. Retain the flex in your left knee with it broken inward and pointing behind the ball. Kept your right arm slightly above your left arm or well above your left arm. At step 1, we felt weight shift to the inside of the right foot, and by step 2, most of your weight now is into your right leg. This is very important because we have 2 points hitting the ground, the right leg and the left leg, and we must make sure that we are turning on the right leg in the backswing. At this stage of your swing, it's very important that the right knee has retained its flex. We don't want it to lock up here or slide to the outside, causing your weight to go to the outside of your right foot. At this stage, the left knee is broken inward and started to cock behind the golf ball. We don't want the left knee to freeze in place or to start to go too far to cross your center line and the left heel to come off the ground. In this position, when the hands are about at hip height, the right arm must be visible above the left. Although this is a fairly easy position to assume when stationary, when we bring movement into the equation, problems can and do occur. No hip turn or weight shift. This indicates that the legs were dead and the takeaway was controlled too much with the arms. Locking of the knee. Over-rotation of the hips or reverse pivot accompanies this loss of knee flex. Rolling the club face open. This is caused by overactive, independent wrist and arm action. The club face is in an extremely shut position. This error is the result of a manipulation of the club with your hands or an exceptionally flat shoulder turn. If you assume a weak left-hand grip or reverse pivot, you're likely to shut the club face. Excessive extension of the left arm. This error is most often caused by the player who pays too much attention to the old adage, keep your left arm straight. The long left arm is actually an overextension from the shoulder. It is indicative of an early disconnection in your backswing. The right arm or the right elbow folding in towards the body. The high handicapper makes a conscious effort to hold the right elbow against the body on the takeaway. This is totally unnatural and it causes a major power loss. Now here are a couple of drills for step 2. 1, split your hands a couple inches apart. Practice going halfway back. It's almost like you're just shaking hands with somebody behind you right here. You just take the club right back, and this will give you a great feeling of that right arm easily being above the left. It would be very uncomfortable to go this way and very obvious, so that split grip is a terrific drill. Last drill. Lay a club down just on the outside of your right foot on your target line. Go to address and practice taking the club to step 2. And at this point, this club will be right on top of the club on the ground. You'll check to see that the toe is basically up and that the club is lining up here. If you have some big angles, you know you're starting to get in trouble. That was step 1 and 2. Now remember, step one is the one-piece takeaway, everything working away together in sync. Step two, halfway back, remember we're going into the braced right leg. Still have the flex in the right knee, and interestingly enough, this is the furthest away that club head will ever be from the target. Now, let's move along to step 3 and 4.